Right guys, so we're back. I'm back in the Genesis gym. Again, an old school gym in London. Been around since 1961, so probably the oldest, or if not one of the oldest gyms in London. Such a classic gym. Got incredible equipment here, and the heavy ass dumbbells and different Atlas stones and other strongman type equipment as well. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm just warming up my legs a little bit. So I'm training legs today, as you can probably tell. But I'm doing leg swings here. So I was doing forward leg swings, as you could see. Just warming up the hips, warming up the abductors and the adductors. And now I'm going to side leg lifts as well. So again, warming up this is more of the the abductors, the inner portion of the groin, warming up that bit nicely. Just we'll be going into squats a little bit later, so just warming up nice and well. Just make sure keep him nice and mobile first of all, and then we'll get into the first exercise after these warm-ups as well. And I did 10 on each side as well, so 10 forward on each leg and 10 side as well. As you can see here, next one exercise I'm doing is I don't know the name of it really, but it's, as you can see, swinging my legs to the side. So what I'm basically doing here, I'm swinging my legs to the side, again opening up the hips. That was more stretching of the lower back and the glutes a little bit, and the entire portion of the back as well. This one now I'm doing it on my front, again bringing my legs round to the side as far as I can. Again stretching a little bit of the quads, the front hip flexors, and a little bit of the core as well. So the first exercise I'm doing here, what I'm doing is the abductor machine. Sorry, adductor. ADD. So adductor machine. So again, this works the inner portion of the groin. I'm only doing I did 3 sets of these. I think it was about 12 or 15 reps as well. Again, nowhere near failure. Just warming up the muscles, just ready for get ready for doing squats as well. So as you can see, it's not much weight. You're just going through the motions, trying to warm up the legs as much as possible. And you can see as well, I start with my legs nice and wide as I can go anyway myself, just before I feel like a massive stretch, and then press in, hold that for about half a second, and release back out as well. And as you can see as well, I'm making sure that the weight does not touch the rest of the stack. I keep tension on the muscle the entire time. What I see a lot of people do in many gyms I've been to, maybe not as much in this one, because a lot of people train here are maybe professionals or really know what they're doing, but maybe in other gyms I've seen people slam the weights down and make hell of a sound. If you slam the weights down, a couple of reasons why you shouldn't do that. First reason, you want to really keep tension on the muscle the entire time, and the second reason is that it can actually break the weights or break the machine. So I've actually seen before on any type of machines, any weight machines like these, that the weights actually have cracked a bit as well. And as well, they need to get fixed, and it can cost a lot for the gym. So again, also respect the equipment as well as training itself. So the next one, as you can see, I'm doing abductor machine, so working the outside portion of the hips. So push on my legs nice far out. Again, about 12 to 15 reps, warming up the legs nicely as well. And you can see my next set, as you can see here, is actually, I think I did 3 sets with the abduction machine sitting down, and I did 2 sets standing up like this. So this one, when I stand up, it does work again the abductors, but it works a little bit more of the side portion of the glutes as well, so the medial glutes. Again, warming them up nicely as much as possible. Again, getting ready for doing the squats. So alright, so the first proper exercise you can see here, I'm doing squats, but as you can see, it's a slightly different bar as well. I've actually never used this bar myself. It's actually called a safety bar squat. So as you can see, your handles are at the front. So what that means basically, a lot of people, some people use this bar, especially strongmen like to use this bar, just because maybe they don't have the shoulder mobility to hold the bar on the back, on the side. So what they do is hold on to this as well. And I don't know why it's called safety bar. Is it, I guess, safer? I'm not too sure exactly reason for it at all, but it's just the first time for myself using it, just giving it a try and see how it feels. So as you can see, I was just doing a warm-up set of just the bar first of all, just going through range of motion, nowhere near failure, just pushing it, just warming up the body through the movement. I like to do about 3 or 4 warm-up sets beforehand of on the exercise I am doing as well. So here, squats, 3 or 4 warm-up sets of that. Again, I do maybe like do body weight first, maybe do just the bar, maybe a plate aside, then a plate and a half aside, which would be 80 kilos. And then maybe go into, well, actually on this exercise I was doing I think it's 100 kilos. It's not going too heavy at all, just because it's the first time using this bar, and it did feel like I felt unsteady, felt a little bit unstable for myself, just because I've never seen it before. And this bar does seem quite long as well, so it did seem like I was whipping a bit as well. So you stand up, basically the bar does shake a little bit and whip a bit. So it can make it a little bit unsteady. But I like this bar anyway. It's the first time using it, but it did feel quite good, to be honest. And you see, I think this one, I'm doing this one is 100 kilos. Or I think it's 100, well, it's 2 plates each side. I'm not too sure how much that bar weighs actually, because the bar, well, is longer, it's got more metal on it, obviously, because it comes forward, the handles come forward as well. It might be a little bit more, 25 or 30 kilos. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, as you can see, I'm going all the way down till my hips are in line with my knees. That's what you want to do. Go all the way down to hips in line with your knees. Keep it nice, good posture as well. Chest up and shoulders back the entire time. So as you see, I'm just rolling up my shorts a bit, just so I can actually see the muscles work. I like doing that sometimes when doing legs, just so I can actually see the muscles work. It's like when I'm wearing like a vest or a stringer, when I'm doing a little bit upper body training. I like doing that. Reason, it's not really for vanity, it's just so I can see the muscle working, and I can see where my weak points are as well. So as you can see, I'm going all the way down, well, to about parallel, hips in line, horizontally in line with my knees, which is far as well I want to go. And again, my back is nice and straight as well. And again, I think with 100 kilos, I think it was 3 sets. Well, I say 100, but the 2 plates aside, whatever the bar weighs. 3 sets of 10 reps with this as well. And it did feel, again, as I said, unsteady, but I was just getting used to the new bar. And maybe over a certain number of weeks, I might try to use this a little bit more, get used to it a bit more, and go up the weight. Maybe do like 2.5 plates aside, or 2 3/4 plates even, for a few reps. So yeah, I just racked it there, as you can see. Next one, as you can see here as well, I am doing a little bit extra. So I've got added an extra, I think that's a 5 kilo plate on the sides. So a little bit extra. I thought I'd give it a try. After doing 3 sets, I was already a little bit fatigued or knackered from doing the 3 sets, 10 reps. But I thought I'd give it a try anyway. So again, I do go all the way down, even if it's a little bit heavier. I do make sure that I still go full range of motion. If I feel like it is too heavy, and I feel like that I can't go all the way down or get full range of motion, it is way too heavy for me, and I need to lighten the weight. You keep your form over weight no matter what. Make sure your form is completely perfect first, or as good as possible, and then you can go up the weight. As you see, I'm going up and down here. I think the rep you just saw before this one, I was like, when you stood up, I think I did lean forward slightly, because again, it did feel a bit unsteady. But yeah, this is a very good exercise. You want to make sure, again, when you do it, as I said, good form, and when you do it, have your knees out slightly as well. So push your knees out a little bit. Alright, next exercise, as you can see, is I don't know the name of the machine, but it's like a hack squat. Kind of like a hack squat. It's like a squat machine, as you can see. So again, you have your feet fairly wide-ish apart, or just about shoulder width, or maybe just a couple of inches wide and shoulder width apart. You're going to have your knees out slightly as well, so knees will be going over your toes. Go all the way down to your back parallel to your hips, or horizontally in line with your knees. As you can see here as well, again, I rolled up my my shorts a little bit, just so I can see the muscles working a bit. And I'm actually surprised, well, not surprised, but I'm actually happy with the progress I'm getting with my quads. But I do actually feel like my quads, there's slight imbalance. I do feel like my right quad is quite a bit smaller than my left quad actually, or left leg in general actually, upper leg. I don't know why. I think but it might be because when I do squats or any like leg press or maybe certain exercise, I feel like I do maybe sometimes, if it goes really heavy, veer to my left very slightly. So I think just it does overpower a little bit. So I think in the future, if you do see me doing leg workouts, if I do maybe do more bit single leg stuff, but literally just work my right leg. So I might do a couple of exercises, let's say squats and leg press for both legs, and then maybe the next rest of the workout will just be for the right leg. So maybe right leg press, right leg extension, leg curl, and then I'll go into calf raises, but that will be both legs because they're both equal actually. So as you can see here, yeah, I'm going all the way down. I think I'm doing 15 reps, and I did 4 sets here, 4 sets, of this for 15 reps, as you can see, going all the way down, all the way up, burning out as much as I can, going to absolute failure. You don't want to leave any more in the tank. If you feel like that you really could do any more, that's reason you can do more. If you've got, let's say, if you've got a number in your head that how many reps you're trying to hit, let's say I'm trying to hit 15 reps, but you feel like you can actually hit 18 or 20 reps, hit 18 or 20. Don't just stop at 15 because that was in your mind of how many you were going to do. Literally go to absolute failure till you can't go anymore. And if you feel like you went a bit more reps than you thought you were going to go, that's when next set you up the weight a little bit. Alright, so next one, as you can see, I'm doing leg extension here. So this one is working just the quads, the front of the legs. So I'm going up, going not too fast. You don't want to go too fast this exercise. A lot of people just go way too fast and don't really contract the muscle properly. So you're going nice and slowly, about 1 second on the way up and maybe about 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds on the way down. Sometimes I do hold and squeeze at the top. On this one, this time I'm not actually holding and squeezing, I'm going through range of motion. But again, I've rolled my shorts up so I could actually see myself of my legs, my quads actually working and activating. If I really couldn't see the pump in my legs or see them working, it is pointless doing it really. So here again, I'm on the next set. I think this is the third set. I didn't actually record every set, otherwise this video would be ridiculously long. But I did actually record most of the sets of these exercises. So I think this is the third set I'm recording. So as you can see, actually in this set, I am actually holding the top at about a second as well. Just because I think when I was doing it a little bit, it did feel like it did seem to get a little bit easier. So what you can do to make it harder is basically time out tension, hold it for just literally about a second, and then back down again. And as you can see here, I'm doing a drop set as well. So I think I do drop, I can't remember if it's once or twice, you're about to see anyway. So I do a drop set, drop the weight, I think about 40%, drop the weight. And then go for as many as I can after, trying to squeeze the quads as much as possible. As you can see here, I look completely knackered, so I was going to absolute failure. And again here, I think this is the last set you'll see me doing the leg extension. So again, all the way up. This on for leg extension as well, a lot of people are worried about is locking the knees out. That is a thing you can do on leg extension because it is pushing your legs down basically against your knee joint, basically going the opposite way. So you're not exactly going to break your knee or anything like that doing this exercise, or unless you go ridiculously heavy, but I would not advise that unless like if you're going 4 or 5 reps or something, which is pointless when doing an exercise like this. But yeah, so you want to go all the way up, completely contract the quad as much as you can, then go down, all the way down to about 90 degree angle in the knee. And you see here as well, I did drop twice. So I was doing as many reps as I can. I don't know what I did. I think I did about 10 reps. I dropped down again, dropped the weight again about 30%, I think it was. And then go about 8 reps and then drop it again, another 30%, and then go as many reps as possible. I think I maybe only got about 6 or 7 reps. And you see here, I'm just squeezing my quads. Just want to see, shows the camera, my quads. And you see actually on the right side, which is actually my left leg, my left leg is quite a lot bigger, as you can see. So the other leg, my left leg, I do actually need to, as I said earlier, I do need to work on that a little bit more, which I will be doing in the future as well. Alright, so and next exercise is seated leg curl. So this one is just for working the hamstrings. So you're going to sit down, lock the pad that basically rests on top of your quads, push that down onto your pad, nice and firm. A lot of people, well, sometimes people don't lock it down properly or push it down far enough, and their body or leg starts to move a bit too much, and maybe their body starts to slide forward. So I literally lock it down as far as I can till it literally actually like pushes down, squeezes onto my quads a little bit, not too much, but just literally a little bit, just so you don't move. Your whole body doesn't really move at all, so it keeps you nice and still, nice and sturdy in the seat. So you can see again going full range of motion. You want to start when your leg's straight, or literally just to a very, very slight bend in the knee. Don't need to be completely straight, just a very slight bend in the knee, just so you keep tension on the muscle. Then go all the way down as far as the machine can go, or to about 90 degree angle in the knee again, just like when you're doing leg extension. So going all the way down, nice and slow as well, about 1 second on the way down, power on the way down. If you can, if you want to, it's a lot harder, but hold at the bottom for about a second or half a second if you want to, and then get about 1.5 to 2 seconds on the way up. Alright, so this one now I'm doing a lying leg curl, so another hamstring exercise. This time is a prone leg curl, so lying down. I love this exercise. This is one of my favourite exercises for legs, just because I feel like I get such a good squeeze with this exercise. And as you can see, my body is not actually, as you can see my chest, my body is not actually on the machine, laying down the machine. What you want to do when doing this exercise, you raise your body up slightly. If you squeeze your glutes at the same time as doing this exercise, it helps you contract the hamstrings a lot more as well. You can easily just go through range of motion. I could easily do a lot more weight in this and go through the range of motion, but it won't be targeting the muscle properly. So what you want to do is again, squeeze your glutes as much as possible at the same time. And as you do squeeze them and as you raise your body up slightly, again you go nice and slowly, and you can get a much better contraction in the hamstrings. This is because the hamstrings and glutes are tied into each other. They are connected muscles. So when one activates, the other one does automatically activate a little bit. So as you squeeze the glutes, the hamstring already does contract slightly, and when I go through the movement of curling my legs up, it even obviously squeezes a lot more as well. Reps and sets wise on this, I can't remember what I did. I think I did 15 reps, and I think I did 4 sets as well. As you can see, I'm posing here, so just quickly just showing my hamstrings a little bit. You can't really see properly with the lighting, and they're so pumped you can't really see properly, but I thought I'd show you. And as well, actually, the seated leg curl, the seated leg curl, I did do, I think it was 12 reps and 3 sets as well. Alright, this is the last exercise now for legs. I'm doing standing calf raises. So standing calf raises here, what a lot of people do on this one is not go through the full range of motion. You want to go through full range of motion as possible, just so you get all the way down, basically get stretch in the calf as much as possible. Then go all the way up, so you're basically on your tiptoes, so you can get full contraction and full squeeze on the calves as well. Some people don't go high enough and don't get that full squeeze. If you don't go high enough, you won't get the squeeze in the muscle properly. But you want to make sure, obviously, that your calves don't cramp up too much. If they do feel like they're going to cramp, just stretch them out a little bit and drink maybe a bit more water as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this commentary, please put a comment down in the comment section below. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please comment, like, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.